Guys, in this video we are going to discuss about the important questions of chapter 1, that is chemical reactions and equations. Okay, fine. We'll start with the first question. So this question was asked in Cbse 2008. Fine. So why is respiration considered an exothermic reaction? So basically you need to understand what is exothermic reaction. So basically exothermic reaction is a reaction in which heat is evolved, or we can say energy is produced. Okay, so where the energy is produced, okay. Now the main thing, you have to relate the respiration with digestion process. Okay, now basically when we eat this thing, rice, bread and all, what it contains carbohydrate. Okay, so basically rice, bread, this and all contains a carbohydrate. This, during digestion, what happens, these carbohydrates are broken down into simpler substances. Okay, which is nothing but glucose. Okay, so when we consume rice, bread, which contains carbohydrates, which during digestion process, what happens, carbohydrates gets converted into similar substances, that is nothing but glucose. Now what happens during the respiration? During respiration, this glucose combines with oxygen. This glucose combines with oxygen in our cells. Okay, in cells it combines with oxygen and provides what? Energy. So basically when it combines, so during respiration process, what happens, the glucose combines with oxygen in the cells of our body. It produces what? Energy, along with the carbon dioxide and water. So basically we have to look into this term, that is energy. So basically exothermic reaction means energy should be produced. So basically we can consider that during respiration, glucose combines with oxygen. Then what happens during this combinations, when it combines with this one, respiration, we can say that hence respiration is an exothermic process, because what? Energy is produced. Okay, so we can write the equation also, that is glucose, what is formula of that? Glucose formula we know, that is C6H12O6. when it combined with oxygen, produces carbon dioxide, water, and along with that, most important, energy is produced. Okay, so we can balance this equation, 6O2, 6CO2, 6H2. Okay, so basically this is what? Glucose. When it combines with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide, water, along with the most important term, that is energy. So therefore we can say that respiration process is considered as what is an exothermic reaction. The next question that we'll discuss, balance the chemical reactions. So you need to balance these two reactions. Okay, so in order to balance, you need to understand first the term balance. Balance means a chemical reaction is balanced when number of atoms present in the reactant side of the same element. Suppose Fe is there, this is atom. So when the number of atoms, here one atom is here 2, so this equation is not balanced. That means these elements should be of the same number. That means the number of atoms in the reactant side should be equal to the number of atoms in the product side of the same corresponding elements. Okay, so we will solve that thing. So basically, so first we will take up with what? Fe. Now here you can see, observe here one Fe is there, one atom of Fe. Okay, here you can observe it is 2, so you need to put what? 2 here. So 2 Fe balance, no other Fe terms are there. Okay, fine. Now moving on to the S1, now it has become what? 2. So 2 FeSO4. okay, that means 2 Fe, 2 S, and what? 2 4s are 8. So basically 8O4. Okay, now you have to see over here. Now Fe is balanced, Now observe for S. S here also is there, here also is there. Okay, so S, two atoms are there on the reactant side, 2 here, 1 2, so it is balanced. You observe here that O2, this is for 2 atoms or O. Okay, this you have to observe. That means S is only the single atom, nothing is there with that. This is also single atom, so 2 atoms. Here also reactant side also 2 atoms, so that is also balanced. Now look for the oxygen. So oxygen atom here, it is what, 2O4 is there. That means 8 atoms are there on the reactant side. Look for the product side. Here you can observe O3, 3 atoms, plus O2, 2 atoms, plus O3, 3 atoms, total is 8. Therefore this is balanced. So you can directly write what balance equation will be. 2Fe SO4 gives Fe2, no change in the product side, sorry, O3 plus SO3. So this will be the balance equation for this given this thing. Okay, now moving on to the next thing for this thing. So you can observe here PB. Look for the PB. Reactant side 1 PB, here also 1 PB. Now moving on to the N terms. So nitrogen atom 2, here nitrogen atom 1 is there. Okay, so you have to put here 2. Now nitrogen atom balanced. Now look for the oxygen terms. Oxygen term O3 twice, so that means O3, 6 atoms are there, right? 6 atoms. Now here 1 4, 1 plus 4 plus 2, this will become 7. So this equation need to be balanced. Fine. So what we'll do, we can do one thing. We can make it 3 or something. So instead of that, we can do one thing. So basically, you can, if you put here 2 BP, here also you put 2. Since 2 PB is there, 2 PB is there. Okay, that is balanced. Now this nitrogen atoms becomes 4. 2 and twice is there. That means 4 nitrogen atoms. So here you have to change it with 4. You have to make changes, okay, according to the number of atoms. Now here you will observe 2 O3 6. So basically when you do this thing, 4 8 plus 2 10 plus 2 12. Okay, it is balanced. Now you observe here. See, in PB reactant side, I'll write it here, reactant product. PB, 2 atoms are there, 2 atoms are there. Balance. Now for look for the N atom, you can observe here N 2 times 2 times, that is 4. See, 2N and 2N. So this is 4 reactant side. What about the product side? 4N. So 4. That is also balanced. Now look for the oxygen atom. Oxygen, it is 2. This is what, 6 3 2, that is 6. Okay, O3 2, that means 6 atoms plus into what this thing is, that means 6 2s are 12. Observe here, O3 twice is there, into 2 is there. Okay, that means 6 is there, 6 into 2, that is 12. Now for the look for the product term. Now 2O is there, so 2 atom of oxygen plus 4 2s are 8. Here 8 atoms of oxygen, there 2, here also 2, so 2 plus 8 plus 2, that is 12. So therefore all the atoms, number of atoms in the products or in the product side is equal to the number of atoms in the reactant side, hence the equation is balanced. So you can write the equation. Okay, on to the third question, that is what happens when quicklime is added to water. Quicklime. So first you need to understand what is quicklime, chemical formula for that and all. Okay, basically quicklime, that means quicklime, water is added, H2O. Okay, quicklime, it is nothing but calcium oxide. This is obtained from limestone. Okay, quicklime is obtained from limestone. limestone. Okay, so chemical formula for this is calcium oxide. When it's mixed with water, it gives calcium hydroxide. Okay, so chemical formula for this is CaO, calcium oxide, QUICKLIME, calcium oxide. When it's mixed with this thing, forms calcium hydroxide, that is CaOH twice. Okay, plus what is evolved? Heat is evolved. That is a major. So exothermic reaction. Okay, so major thing is a large amount of heat is evolved. So basically, when you mix or when we add calcium oxide, that is QUICKLIME, to water, it forms calcium hydroxide, that is nothing but slaked lime. Okay, calcium hydroxide, and it produces what? Heat. Fine. The fourth question, that is, what is an oxidation reaction? Most important thing. Identify in the following reaction, substance is oxidized, substance is reduced in the following this reaction. So you have to identify which substance is oxidized, which substance is reduced. Okay, so basically this was asked in Cbse 2008 question paper. Okay, important question. So basically you need to understand what is an oxidation reaction. So oxidation reaction, oxidation, that means the chemical reaction. It is a chemical reaction in which oxygen is added. Oxidation, oxygen is added, or we can say hydrogen is removed. Hydrogen is removed. Okay, so basically you need to understand oxidation reaction. So what is an oxidation reaction? It is a chemical reaction in which oxygen is added, or we can say it is, or hydrogen is removed. Okay, this term you have to remember. That's it. Oxidation, oxygen. Okay, now moving to the second part of the question, that is identify in the following reaction. First one, substance is oxidized. So in this reaction, which substance is oxidized? That means oxygen is added. Substance is reduced. That means oxygen is removed. Fine. So I write it here, the reaction. So ZNO plus C plus Zn, product side Zn plus CO. So you can observe here. So when you observe here, see Zn, O is there, so oxygen is added, right? Oxygen is there with Zn. C, here it becomes CO. That means from C2 it is transforming to CO. That means oxygen is added to C. First in the reactant side, C is there. It is sitting alone. When it's going to the product side, it's combining with oxygen. That means oxygen is added. So therefore, the substance is oxidized. So we can say that oxygen substance, it is a substance which is oxidized to CO. That's it. Now, which is the substance that is reduced? Reduced means oxygen is removed. That means, observe here in the reactant side, ZNO. ZNO becomes what? Zn. So ZNO becomes what? Zn. That means oxygen is removed. Got the point, right? ZNO becomes what? Zn. Therefore, this is a substance which is reduced to Zn. So ZNO is reduced to Zn. Second one, first one, which is a substance that is oxidized? This is a carbon. Carbon is a substance that is oxidized to carbon monoxide, CO. Fine. So this is the thing you need to understand. So basically, oxidized means oxygen is added, reduced means oxygen is removed. That's it. Moving on to the fifth question, that is define combination reaction. So this question was asked in Cbse 2009. So most important question this is. So basically, define combination reaction. Combination means combining. Okay, combining some substances. So basically, it is nothing but it is a reaction. So the combination reaction is a reaction in which two or more substances, okay, more substances. So combination reaction is a reaction in which two or more substances combine. Substances, we can specify it as elements or compounds. Okay, elements or compounds. So two or more substances which combines to form what? To form a single product. So basically, combination reaction is a reaction in which two or more substances, right? Substances can be elements or compounds, okay? It combines, so two or more substances combines to form single product. So we'll take up one example. So basically we can write CaO, which is nothing but what? Calcium oxide, that is quicklime. When it combines with water, or when it reacts with water, or we can say when quicklime is added to water, it forms a single product, that is calcium hydroxide, that is nothing but slate lime. Okay, slate lime. Ca, this is CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide. So calcium oxide, when it mixed with water, it forms calcium hydroxide. Along with heat is also evolved. So heat is just evolution. Okay, it's just we can say byproduct. It's not a product. Byproduct we can say. Okay, so single product is formed. Here you can say slate lime is a single product. If suppose it is asked, give an example of combination reaction which is also exothermic. Exothermic means heat is also evolved. So you can give this example. Okay, where it is a combination reaction and also it is a exothermic reaction, because since heat is evolved. On to the sixth question, that is difference between displacement and double displacement reaction. This is an important question. So basically you need to remember the examples also. Okay, you need to understand the difference between these two. So first one, displacement, and first one will take displacement reaction. Okay, so basically in displacement reaction, what happens? Displacement means that is majorly displacing or replacing any substance or atom, we can say. So basically in displacement reaction, what happens? In displacement reaction, we can say one atom or a group of atoms of a compound, okay, of a compound is replaced by another atom or group of atoms. Okay, so basically in order to understand, we'll take one example. That is better way to understand. So Fe plus copper sulfate gives FeSO4, that is iron sulfate, plus Cu, that is copper. You can observe over here that, see here, displacement reaction is a reaction in which one atom or group of atoms of a compound replaces by another atom, that is on the replaces, it replaces by another atom or group of atoms. Basically you can see here, see Fe, iron, okay, iron, when it is added to the, or when it's placed in the copper sulfate solution, what happens? It forms iron sulfate solution and copper deposit. That means copper gets deposited at the bottom of the whichever thing, beaker or something. Okay, so basically you can observe here that Fe is replacing Cu, correct? That means higher reactive metal, it is replacing the lower reactive metal. That means Fe is replacing copper, so it forms FeSO4. See over here, Fe is replacing copper, it forms FeSO4, that is iron sulfate, and where this copper goes, it forms as another product. We can say this is forms as a deposit. Okay, copper deposit. This is what? Iron sulfate. So basically the higher reactive metal, that is Fe, iron, replaces copper and it forms iron sulfate. along with the copper is also formed as a product. So this is the basic idea of a displacement reaction. So basically one atom or maybe group of atoms we can say. So one atom is replacing the group of atoms we can say, and it forms another group of atoms, and along with that one atom is formed. Fine. So this is the basic idea for displacement reaction. Moving on to the double displacement reaction. What happens double displacement reaction? It is similar to this one, but double means two compounds. We can say two compounds. So double displacement reaction is nothing but it is a reaction in which two compounds exchange their ions to form what? To form new compound. Two compounds exchange their ions to form two new compounds. So we can take one example and try to understand that, try to analyze that. So basically we will take sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4. When I react it with barium chloride, BaCl2 barium chloride, it gives barium sulfate plus NaCl. So you need to observe, this is not a balanced equation, okay? So we are just analyzing the situation or reaction. So basically you can observe here Na2SO4, sodium sulfate reacted with barium chloride to form barium sulfate, and along with that sodium chloride, common salt. So you can observe here Na2, observe here that this is sodium is replacing barium, okay? And what is barium doing? It is coming back to this compound. So basically this is the double displacement, okay? In the displacement only one atom was replacing the group of atoms we can say. So in this the two compounds are exchanging their ions, that is one is Na and one is Ba, that is ions. These ions are being exchanged by these two compounds, okay? So Na is moving towards this thing that forms NaCl, and barium is coming here that forms BaSO4, that is barium sulfate, okay? So Na is combining with Cl2 that forms this thing, okay? You can balance this equation 2 and 2Na this thing, okay? So basically this is basic idea of this thing. So two compounds, it is exchanging, you can see exchanging, two compounds are exchanging their ions in order to form two new compounds, okay?